Hello newbies, this is Suspect Amy here, and I'm back with a quick video for newer players talking about how I gather and spend my gil. To be honest, I didn't even think gil was a rare resource in this game, but based on the number of questions and comments I get about people running out of gil, I'm starting to think differently. First, I'll cover how I get gil, going from the most common, well-known methods to the lesser-known ones. Then I'll quickly talk about how I spend my gil and see if there is some gil-saving strategies you can take advantage of. When it comes to getting gil, the number one most important thing you must do on the first day of every month is go into this token area and max out the item sell price up piece at the top here. This will increase all of your gil snapper sales by 50% all months. Secondly, everyone knows you can farm the gil chamber endlessly on Saturdays and Sundays. Don't farm this one. I don't even know why this is even here on weekends. Scroll all the way to the bottom and farm this one. To take a full advantage of this, farm the highest difficulty you can and add a bunch of your thieves here with the Mog or Steal skill active. If you don't have appropriately leveled thieves, that's fine. I don't feel like this is as big of a boost that everyone makes it out to be. From what I've seen, a whole team of thieves are only really stealing low-end snappers and they take twice as long to clear the stage. This team of thieves maybe gets you around 20% more gil per clear. If you really want to min-max, then by all means invest in this. Personally, I feel like if you're going to farm this all day, just use your normal Esper Resonance farming team and get it over with quickly. I almost never farm this, as I'm saving my energy for other stuff. The only time I do the gil chamber is on Monday when it's double drop and to clear the weekly quest. Next, let's talk about Mog Event Shops. These run constantly and they expire and pop new ones every few weeks. Farm a bunch of the event currency and spend a little every day to buy up the daily gil snappers, if they exist, at the bottom of the shop here. These are amazing value. When the event ends, you can no longer farm the currency, but the Mog shop stays active for another week, so be sure to store up enough currency to continue to buy snappers daily until the shop goes away. Next up, once per month, be sure to farm your story quests. You may be saying, but Amy, clearing a story quest doesn't give you any gil. And you're absolutely right, but the story event missions do. You can see here, I've only been doing story a bit so far, but before the end of the month, I will completely blast through all of these missions and gather all of this gil. At first glance, you may think, well, this is only 5 snappers here and there. Is this worth it to run story quests 400 times? Absolutely yes. 5 of these snappers is 750,000 gil, and there is tons of these to be had here. If you look at how many skip tickets we have on hand for story, I have over 7,000. I honestly can't use these tickets fast enough, so I'm thankful this mission exists. If I fill my energy to max and start burning skip tickets, the 400 stories are done long before I finish my 3rd energy refresh. The whole thing takes around 10 minutes. Now we're getting into the nitty-gritty. Some of your dailies give gil, like attending your guild each day, and I used to never do the video summon, but ever since they've increased the rewards, I started doing this once per day. One thing you should care about is setting your companions. You can see here I got almost 170,000 gil from people using my companions yesterday. Quick companion tips is setting the highest level companion you have. As you can see, you get a bit more gil for higher level companions. I tend to keep recently released heroes and units that can do 4-hit chains in here, because these are the 2 most common types of companions I spend gil on myself. One tip for more veteran players is to use your MR Soul and Vision medals. Some of my friends have been playing this game since launch and they have every MR maxed with like 10,000 MR soul medals saved up here. To someone like them, MR soul medals is a garbage currency with no value, so they usually buy the summon ticket for a chance to convert it to UR medals. They buy up some nameless memories and then they buy hundreds of the guild snappers here. They leave a few hundred medals on hand in case they need to buy specific job memories in a pinch. You can do something similar with SR medals, but there is no guild involved. The same reasoning holds true for vision medals, where MR and lower medals are considered worthless to veteran players, so they just burn them all on guild snappers. Finally, let's talk about spending guild and my approach to some of these areas. When it comes to shops, you can see if I toggle this to show only guild sales, I absolutely clean every shop out of guild items. So I'm pretty free spender when it comes to shops. This is not a guild saving tip at all, I just want to show that you shouldn't be afraid to spend guild. I think you can clean out all of these shops every week for less than a single guild summon. About guild summons, this is likely the single item that is eating up most of your guild. Pulling on one guild banner for a week costs you 175 million guild. I have friends who pull on these all the time even if they don't have the unit or the vision card. They want the shards on hand in case they decide to pull the banner later, or if they get the unit in the future. I'm not so sure about this. For me, I try to plan in advance for a unit and pull on day 1 of the banner. If I get the unit, I start doing guild summons. If I don't, then I cross this unit off my list and look forward to the next unit. Gumi averages a new unit every week, so you have to be a bit ruthless with your process, or else you start running out of resources. This next one is quick and easy, job abilities. You can see if I max an ability to 20, it costs about 2.5 million gil. That's a lot of gil for one ability. But let's say you max it to 15 instead. It's only like 20% of the cost, 500k gil. So obviously always experiment and try your builds at level 15 and only max them to 20 when you've finalized what you want. Finally, the last item in my video, let's talk about leveling up vision cards. You can see I have very few VCs leveled up. For example, if I want to level a card from 1 to 70, it will cost me 10 million gil. I can't remember, but I believe it costs something like 50 million gil to get a UR VC to level 99. That's a ton of gil. So be picky about your vision cards. I will show you some of the mistakes I made. I maxed out Lara Croft's VC because I had a bunch of summon medals from failing to pull her. However, not only do I not have Lara Croft, I don't even have a single water missile unit who can use this VC. This was a huge waste of gil. I should have collected the shards and just sat on this card until my units actually need it. Same with this VC. I got a bunch of shards in my summons and was able to awaken this to 85, and I thought, why not, let's level this up. Big mistake. Reading the details, this is a great card for a water slash unit. I don't have a water slash unit. Here's what my water units look like, and I just used like 80 million gil to level up 2 cards that I will not be using for a very long time. So wait until you have a unit or team that has a specific need for a card, then level it. If a card is only awakened to 55 or lower, think on whether it's worth investing in that card yet. Is a level 55 UR card really better than other options you currently have leveled? Usually the answer is no. Also, on these low rarity cards, I haven't leveled any of them. I know there are some situational cards like Toad, Blind, and Stop Resistance, but I haven't really run into an issue where I need these to clear some content. I guess my original advice stands. Don't level up a card unless your team or unit needs it. Anyways, Hopefully this helps some newer players save and gather some gil. Let me know in the comments if I missed any good gil tips. Bye everyone!